Mass protests have erupted across multiple nations as citizens take to the street to demand accountability from political leaders amid escalating corruption scandals. In Spain, tens of thousands of demonstrators gathered in central Madrid demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Pedro Sanchez following the arrest of former Transport Minister José Luis Abalos on charges including criminal organization, bribery, and embezzlement. Similar unrest unfolded in the Philippines, where thousands rallied in Manila to denounce systematic graft, with protesters arguing that recent scandals revealed deeper institutional failures requiring fundamental reform. Opposition parties organized the Madrid demonstration, which saw Spanish flags waving and chants calling for political change as police blocked nearby streets and clashed with some marchers, intensifying pressure on Sanchez's government during a period of deepening political turmoil. Greek farmers clashed violently with police across central and northern regions as protests over delayed EU agricultural subsidies spread nationwide, prompting authorities to deploy tear gas near Nicaea after demonstrators attempted to breach barricades with tractors blocking major highways. The European Public Prosecutor's Office uncovered evidence that farmers collaborated with state officials to falsify land and livestock ownership records to obtain funds, triggering parallel investigations by Greek authorities into the OPEKEPE agency responsible for distributing approximately 2.5 billion euros in annual EU aid. Public anger has intensified following the resignation of OPEKEPE's vice president, and polls showing 70% of Greeks view their government as corrupt, with officials acknowledging over 40,000 subsidy applications remain under inspection and delayed payment will extend into 2025, further straining relations between agricultural communities and state institutions. In Germany, approximately 25,000 to 30,000 Antifa protesters clashed with police during a demonstration targeting the founding convention of Generation Deutschland, the youth wing of the Alternative for Germany party in the city of Giessen. Authorities deployed 6,000 officers, the largest police contingent in Hesse state history, as activists threw stones and ignored dispersal orders, forcing law enforcement to use water cannons and pepper spray to control the situation. The previous AfD youth wing had been disbanded as extremists, and critics warned the new faction maintained similarly radical positions despite party leaders condemning the unrest and promoting their reorganized youth movement. The scale of the protest and police response highlighted deepening political polarization in Germany as far-left and far-right groups increasingly confront each other through organized demonstrations and counter-demonstrations. The wave of global protests reflect widespread disillusionment with political institutions across diverse democratic systems. As citizens in Spain, Greece, the Philippines, and Germany express frustration with perceived corruption, bureaucratic inefficiency, and unresponsive governance. In Madrid, demonstrators specifically accused the Sanchez government of being adrift and corrupt, while Greek farmers protested both delayed payment and the systematic fraud that triggered subsidy freezes. German protesters focused on opposing far-right political organizing, viewing the AfD youth wing launch as a threat to democratic values. These movements share common themes of demanding transparency and accountability, though their specific grievance and targets vary significantly based on national context and political landscape. European governments face mounting challenges in addressing public discontent while maintaining social cohesion and economic pressures and geopolitical tensions. Spanish authorities must navigate political instability following high-profile corruption arrests, while Greek officials struggle to balance anti-fraud measures with supporting agricultural communities dependent on EU funding. German leaders confront the difficult task of protecting democratic assembly rights while preventing violent clashes between opposing ideological groups. The simultaneous emergence of these protest movements across continents suggests a broader crisis of confidence in democratic institutions, as citizens increasingly resort to street demonstrations when they perceive official channels for accountability as ineffective or compromised, creating complex governance challenges for elected officials worldwide. If you have made it this far, congratulations. You have unlocked the truth. I want to ask you a quick question though. When citizens lose faith in democratic institutions due to corruption and bureaucratic failure, what alternative exists beyond street protests to restore public trust and ensure government accountability without undermining stability? The global wave of demonstrations reveals systematic governance challenges that transcend political ideologies and national borders. And why? Join the debate. We want to hear your insightful opinions on where this is all heading in our community. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I appreciate your support. Thank you for being a part of this journey. Like the video, share this video with friends and family, hit the notification bell, and most importantly, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.